Hello and welcome to Core Finance, where I'm joined by Steve Woodcock, who's head of FX at Terra FX rather. How are you today, Steve?
I'm very well, Zach. Thank you.
Okay, lots of movement, so there's no dull summer, which is a relief, I suppose, for people like you. You need a bit of movement now and again. What's the highlight for you?
Well, the friendliness towards the euro, I suppose, at the moment seems to be the name of the game. We're trading on comments at the moment, and obviously Draghi's speech yesterday put the cat amongst the pigeons. But it seemed to me that the bigger move came when, was it Mueller who said that they are going to investigate Donald Trump's business dealings a little closer. And,
there was that move. So dollar, I think dollar yen was that tends to be the.
It was dollar yen, but also the euros. The dollar weakened against the euro on that as well, but even more than it did against Draghi. So I think we've seen the Trump rally, and I'm presuming we're now going to have the Trump collapse. But they're going for him in whichever way they can. He can't get anything through Congress at the moment, can he? So.
Well, I was going to say, he can't even hold his wife's hand in public. I mean, it's really, things are really looking quite grim, you know.
But I mean, it's amazing. Like everyone voted for this change, and it seems that when the changes start to come, no one wants to do it.
Well, it was the wrong result, I think, probably, to be fair, a bit like the one over here. So they've gone on strike, haven't they?
But it's like over here, isn't it? You know, Theresa May, we decide to leave Europe, and then as soon as wine goes up £1 a bottle, and food is 2% more expensive, everyone starts pulling back, going, and I don't know, it's strange times at the moment, but.
Right, so I mean, euro is above 116. Everybody said, I think the consensus was it would stop at 113 or something like that, and that's long gone. Are we going to go too much the other way, or is it still just follow the euro?
Well, we've broken out of the top end of the recent range, haven't we? We're, although I will say 116.50 is quite important, and 116.50 to 117 it could be quite a sticky area for it. I mean, as usual, now everyone and his brother is talking it higher now. And I personally, for me, it is holding up and it's acting it's well bid, put it that way. But for the moment, I'm still of the thought that so we're probably going to make a slightly higher range than we've had previously, and at the moment I think the real support comes in really down to about 113.20, 113.60. So there's possibilities that's where it could go back down to if anything happens, or indeed we get another comment or something happens, But no, the euro is holding up quite well against most currencies at the moment. And I mean, even sterling has had a little bit of better news. But sterling, I think, as I've said on here before, is that sterling 130.50 and those numbers 133. It's gonna, if it gets towards those numbers, it's heavy. And even though the dollar's very weak at the moment, sterling is not really rallying. It's pretty stable really. So
130, 131 is about the best, really, isn't it?
Yeah, we've been 130, 150, that sort of area. But it's going to struggle. There's an overhang on sterling at the moment, isn't there? Obviously, with what's going on with Brexit and stuff like that. So I don't expect sterling to remain well bid like the euro, purely because of dollar weakness, because we've got inherent weakness in sterling at the moment. So
right, and euro sterling, because that's a trade that everyone was short of. I mean, that was literally the favourite of that's just
and it's working. I mean, any time it got above 113, I mean, it did trade up to 114 and a bit, didn't it? But we're any time now it trades above 113. I think it was only. I think even yesterday morning it might have been 113 or something, but it seems heavy up there now. So it's interesting times. I'm same again. 110.50, 110 for euro for euro. Yeah. There's so much going on. It's actually, and it's been quite recent over the last 2 or 3 days. A lot seems to have happened, even in France, you've got the number one general. He's resigned, doesn't he? He says he can't protect the country, and I just wonder how long it'll be before things like that, if you like, start to affect the people of France, and they start maybe reining back a tad. Obviously, they're in a little bit of euphoria at the moment, and he can't do any wrong, can he? But
Won't be long.
well, I'm of the thought that there'll be no change there. I mean, he's finding the same problems as Trump, where he can't really seem to get very much done at the moment. Trying to find 60 billion euros from somewhere to, come in line with the number that Europe suggests they should be running.
I think getting people to work longer hours and not have holidays.
Well, that was always not
have pensions. It's not going to be very easy.
Exactly. That's the one that I've always said is that like I say, people saying, "Oh, we're going to move to Paris," and well, you better try ringing someone up at 1 o'ck in the morning to get in the office.
Speaking to them in English, and that could be another problem. I mean, it's amazing that we've got Frankfurt and Paris, and who's going to be talking to these people?
Well, I don't know. It's.
I mean, Dublin is a real threat. I mean, I suppose that's
obviously, and Dublin are capitalising on that, aren't they? Their names being bandied around with everyone who seems to be JP Morgan. All these people that say they're going to be moving over, but the JP Morgan one said, I think it was JP Morgan. They got sort of like they've got 100 people there, and it's going up to 150. Well, I don't know how many they got in London. But no, listen, these things are all going to happen, and we've just got to keep an eye on it. But again, we've seen that before. We've seen people say they're going to leave London, and London's going to, it's going to become a bit of a ghost town and all that. Well, I think those days. Listen, if it's the beginning of something, maybe, but it ain't going to happen overnight, and it will take a long, long time. And I'm looking out my window in the office. There are more and more office blocks going up than ever before. Quite amazing. I've got one going up next to me now. It's actually going to blank out the Gherkin now. It's going up to 61 floors, I think.
So there is some positive.
There's obviously someone's looking ahead, and I know obviously they use some of them there as part residential as well. But you're told that there's an excess of office space in the city, but they're still building. Well,
See what happens. Steve Woodcock, Head of FX at TerraFX, thanks for coming in today.
Okay.